the state is the church.
No, with us, the state is Islam. It doesn't. They're not separate. So what I'm saying is, anybody, like for example, if you go to the Quran,
so Sharia law is not the state then.
No, it says Sharia is the law of
God.
Well, God Almighty. Yes.
So the God is it's the state.
No,
you believe
what
God
I'm
is
saying
the state,
is, state and religion are not separate. They're one.
State and religion are one.
In Islam, yes, they're one. There's no that's state and that's religion.
So
they're
the
both
state
one.
is the religion.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is this, anyone that wages war against the state, there is a capital punishment. What is your problem with that?
So talking against you is
no. Argument.
So you're telling me because people have stopped thinking the same as you. They've stopped believing in Islam.
That's straw manning. That is straw manning.
You've said your own words. Yes. They've left apostate. They preach against Islam. They've become apostate. Preach against Islam. They should be killed. And I'm proud of it.
There is capital punishment, and I am proud of it. I'm telling you to your face. I'll repeat again. Listen to me.
So you are proud that you want to kill people for leaving Islam.
I am proud of any state that applies the capital punishment to protect its citizens has a damn right to. Argument's sake, Russia is invading.
Where is talking against Islam?
Let me finish. In Russia's now invading Ukraine, right? Yeah. Imagine I'm a Ukrainian citizen, and I go and I say I'm pro-Russian. Do you think people are going to say this is freedom of speech to talk? Or are they going to say, we need to get rid of him? You know why? Because what I'm saying is going to cost lives. Because if I am being pro-Russia, let me finish. If I am being pro-Russia verbally, I don't have any arms, no guns. I'm just saying, Russia should invade. The matter here is what? You are committing treason with your words. So you're coming here and acting as if no state applies this. This would happen in America. If there was Russia invading America, and I went there as an American citizen and said, you know what? You go Russia. I want Russia to invade America. Do you think they'll let me walk on the streets freely? I'll be finished. So please stop making it seem as if Islam says just because someone left their religion. Islam is so weak that a fool who left his religion.
That's what you've said.
No, this is what I'm saying. Quran. Have you read chapter 49, verse 9? No, you haven't. Or verse 12, yeah? Let me tell you something. You know what it says? Let me read you. Let me what it says. Yeah? I'm going to read it for you so you can read it for yourself. And this proves my point. I'm going to go to chapter 49. Yeah? Verse 12. Let's go to verse 12. Okay? No, verse 9. Listen carefully. If two groups of the believers, who's the believers? Muslims, right?
No, Christians are the believers.
No.
Muslims have been fed by a false prophet.
Okay, in the Quran,
they've been misled by a false prophet.
In the Quran, believers are referred to as Muslims. Just to let you know. So here it says,
Christians
listen to me. To your logic, check this out. If two group of believers fight each other, two Muslims fight each other, seek reconciliation between them. Listen carefully. And if one of them commits aggression against the other, fight the one that commits aggression. So 1 second now. I thought Islam said that we should only
between believers.
1 second.
Between
but
believers.
Allah's telling you that's my point. Allah's saying if two Muslim groups are fighting each other, try to reconcile. If the other party don't listen, fight him. Meaning you can end up killing him. So to your logic, that means that as Muslims we are allowed to fight other Muslims.
It shows me how evil and corrupt, how evil your religion is.
Okay, let me get this right.
People because I don't think
let me get this right.
Kill people.
Islam is bad. Islam is bad.
You want to kill people.
1 second. So that's like saying Ukraine, and you've got an invading army. Okay.
No, we're talking about AP.
Let me finish. One second. That guy's a clown, please, man. He doesn't know how to recite.
Oh, he made you look
stupid. We know how he did. Yeah, he caught me very badly. Yeah, he made me look really stupid. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
The point is this, yeah. You're saying, to your logic is this. In America, if there's a party that wants to overthrow the other one and they fight each other, that means they're evil. Look at your logic, man. Look at what you're saying.
Without going into details,
you can't go into details because you've got no details to go into.
You're talking about straw man.
My friend, if a group comes here to overthrow the government and the government take action and end up killing them, is the government evil? Thank you. No. But when it's a Muslim, when it's a Muslim state, it's evil.
You're saying this because people talk against. They're not there trying to kill you.
Look what I'm saying. Look what I'm saying. Allah says in the Quran, fight the other believers who try to cause disorder. Yeah. And you're here talking about something else. Allah's telling the Muslim to fight another Muslim that causes disorder. You're here thinking.
You're comparing war against people talking. You are conflating.
Okay, no problem.
War against people that are talking against your religion.
I'm asking a simple question. What would happen to me if I went to Ukraine and I said I'm pro-Russian? No arms. I don't have guns. I just say I'm pro-Russian. I want to stand here and do propaganda for Russia.
Depends on which part.
What will happen to me?
Depends on which part.
What will happen to me?
Depends on which part of Ukraine you go into.
The part where the war's happening. What will happen?
Well, it's happening all over, and it still depends on which part.
What will happen to me? Can't answer. What will happen to me?
Depends on which part.
Okay, the parts where they are shooting at each other. What will happen to me?
If you want, if
my friend, what will happen to me?
Want to be Russians,
okay, what will happen to me?
You'll probably be put in prison.
Okay, put in prison. Do you think they'll pat me on the head in prison?
No.
What would they do to me in prison?
I don't know because I'm
You
not
don't
there.
know and you don't want to know. So the point is this, yeah?
But you're talking about
can I say
going
the following?
war.
Can I say the following?
About going
Let me
into
speak.
War as
Can I say the following?
like this.
Can I come and say, hold on a second, Ukraine, a democratic state who doesn't let me to talk.
Like
so I'm going to say, hold on a second. Can you imagine? I can't even go and verbally
like
speak.
this so the opponent
And that is your answer. And that's why you can't answer it. You're scared.
I could answer
You're scared.
but you don't let me
You know why? You know why? Because you know very well that if I went to Ukraine, a democratic country, and I was to verbally do propaganda for Russia, I will be bye-bye. I can come and say, why are they stopping my freedom to speech? Why? Because they know the words that I utter can have consequences on people's lives. So Islam is the same thing. Islam prioritizes the community at large as an individual.
Out of war. Are you talking about your religion wants to kill people because they've left Islam?
My friend, no.
Not that they're causing war on you. You're conflating Islam.
No.
Of course.
No.
Of course, that's what it is. You're in the house of war because we're not an Islamic state. That's why you conflate it to war, is it?
That's why when it was too much television.
Is that why you conflate it to war?
You know when it was scary movies too much, that's what happens.
Is that why you conflate this to war? People leaving it not being the same as Islam because you're in the house of war, not in the house of Islam.
I'm in a house of war. Okay, no problem. Whatever you say.
The two houses.
So my point was very clear.
The two houses in your religion.
My point. Let me just answer this question.
Peace, which is an Islamic
let me just answer this question.
Which isn't an Islamic
let me know when you finish. Let me know when you finish. Yeah.
So that's why you conflate everything to war.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay. Let me know when you finish.
Because you've got the two houses. You're either at war or you're in an Islamic state. That's why you conflating everything to war. Is it?
Okay.
Even apostates that have just left. They're not threatening you. They just try and talk other people into a peaceful, loving religion. And you're saying they should be killed because they don't think the same as you anymore. And you're proud of it.
Ali, you are on camera saying you are proud
he didn't say that.
of death for apostasy.
He did say he's proud of it.
He's on camera saying, bragging that you're proud of the punishment of death for apostasy. You are on camera saying.
And he tries to conflate it to war.
Are you now going to deny it?
Can I talk?
He's trying to conflate it to war. No,
can I talk?
That's where it's come from.
Can I talk now?
Because I was going on about his words.
Sure.
Can I talk
about his words?
Can I talk now?
Let's have a discussion.
Thank you. Thanks for the drama as well. I like the backup dancer. It was nice.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's the greatest pantomime day Speakerscorner has ever seen.
Anyway. So, okay, let me speak here. Here's the question.
You see his little drama with Joseph Cohen last week, which didn't really work out, did it? Because Joseph saw through it like that.
Thank you.
So a little pantomime about the war in Ukraine.
Thank you.
And trying to hog the limelight for Palestine.
Thank you.
Joseph saw through it within a microsecond. You still carried on with your silly pantomime. So it's bizarre that you're calling other people drama queens.
Thank you for that.
Say again, thank you. That's really genuine. Thank you. Really genuine.
Can I speak now?
Meant from the heart.
Thank you. No, it came from the liver.
No.
Okay. So let's speak about it. Okay, very simple. Yeah. Now listen to me, man. Okay, you've accused me of what? That I called for the killing of apostates. Yeah. Okay.
No, you say you're proud of the punishment.
You're proud of it.
Okay, let me know when you finish that.
You previously said that.
Okay, can I speak now?
On camera. You are proud of the punishment of death for apostasy.
Proud of it.
Exactly. You made a real thing of it on a video.
Can I speak now?
No.
Okay, let me know.
Unless you're agreeing.
Okay, no problem.
Unless you're saying you were a silly boy and now you've grown up and you realise killing people simply for changing their mind is not really the sort of thing to do in the 21st century.
Oh no, that's war. According to Ali, that's war.
Have you changed? Have you turned a page? Have you realised killing people for changing their beliefs, for changing their views, for changing their mind really isn't reason to kill them? Have you now realised this in the 21st century in the West or anywhere on this planet? Anywhere on this planet, killing someone simply for changing their thoughts, for their beliefs, their views, is a real barbaric, dumb thing to do. Have you now reached that conclusion, Ali?
Can I speak now?
No, if you're answering my question, I'm asking you a direct question. Have you now realised killing people for changing their minds?
Let's make it very simple and clear, brothers and sisters. As you can see,
yes or no?
I said very categorically and clearly
Don't avoid the question.
Nobody
Alex.
in Islam is allowed to be a bounty hunter. What that means is the following: you cannot go and look for apostates and kill them. That is haram in Islam, because at the end of the
So if
day,
they stumble
you cannot.
into you accidentally.
So just to make it clear, in an Islamic country, in an Islamic state, the legitimate, not your fraud ISIS style ones, yeah. In an Islamic country, Islam has a right to protect its citizens like any other country.
For changing their mind. Barbaric. Barbaric.
You see-
Doesn't belong
you
in
see,
the
when you
21st
intellectually,
century. Whether it's an
when you
Islamic state
intellectually
or
try
not,
to
it's
talk,
on this planet.
it hurts them.
No, because you come
They
up with
can't help it.
barbarism.
That's
You're-
why they
you're-
won't let
you're
me talk.
giving
You know
us a
why?
barbaric
You know why?
practice and-
Because
and
they
arguing
know
that it's
academically
okay.
they're going to get slapped up. Intellectually,
trying to put it
intellectually
to
you
all
are.
numbers.
So that's the reason why I'm saying very clearly. As you can see, the reason, the moment I speak, I'm not shouting, I'm not insulting. I'm just saying, let me
are
speak.
shouting as loud
So
as we are.
what I'm saying is very clearly.
And you're the one mic'd
Every
up.
state has a right to protect its citizens.
Has the right to kill
America,
its citizens for barbaric,
Ukraine,
ridiculous
Russia,
reasons. No, they don't.
Palestine,
No, they don't.
Turkey, Saudi Arabia. All of these
Yeah, they're
countries have a
barbaric.
right
They're
to
barbaric.
to
Saudi Arabia has
protect
just
their
executed
citizens.
more people in one day than it ever has
now,
before.
the
It's
point
barbaric.
is this.
Absolutely
Does a
barbaric.
country, brother, if you're going to talk, please, because what you do is I'm hearing from this side and this side. Okay, what I'm trying to say is the following. Islam says that there is a capital punishment for apostates, and I am proud of that.
Barbaric.
I repeat again.
Doesn't belong in the
I repeat again.
21st century.
Let me tell you what I mean. Let me tell you what I mean.
Barbaric.
Because-
Don't know what's about,
One second. One second.
What he's talking about is barbaric.
And as you can see,
I'm not
as you
American,
can see,
so I don't know
as you
why
can
you're
see,
bringing up America.
One second, brother, do you see what's happening? They want it. So even let me talk, please. I'm just going to walk off. If one more interrupts, I'm going to walk off. I repeat again. Why do you think these guys? Excuse me. Why do you think this guy is barking? Because he knows what I'm saying makes sense. And look, it's going to start.
How
There you
is
go.
killing someone for changing their mind sense?
Thank you. Now, there's a
Explain
country.
that.
Let me
Answer
explain
that
it. Let me
point.
explain
How
it.
is it sense
Let me explain
to
it.
kill someone for
Very
doing
simple,
nothing
very simple.
more, nothing less, changing their mind.
Thank you. One second.
It's barbarism.
One second.
It doesn't belong in the 21st
Now check this out.
century.
Check this out, guys. Yeah, check this out. Now, Russia and
How is
Ukraine.
it sense?
One
Don't
second.
change the
What's Russia and
subject.
Ukraine got to do with the
Why is it
president?
sense to
So,
kill
what I'm gonna
people
do
for
now-
changing their mind?
I'm going to speak to the camera because, as you can see,
Why
they want
is
a
it
dialogue.
sense to
Now,
kill for changing
just
your
imagine
mind?
me as if I was an Ukrainian citizen.
Speakerscorner.
If
We
I
went
went
to
to
days.
Ukraine,
We
if
went to
I went
days.
to
We
Russia,
did that at Speakerscorner.
in Ukraine, if
But
I
we're
said
better than that
I
at
am pro-Russian,
Speakerscorner.
if I went to Ukraine and I said I'm pro-Russian, what would happen to me?
What's that got to do with
Treason.
What would happen to me?
Treason.
What would happen to me?
What's that got
One
to do with
second.
apostasy?
But it's just, I'm just speaking.
Wait,
I'm just
so
speaking.
You're saying you
I'm just
entered
speaking.
into a social
Brother,
contract
no.
with
brother,
Ukraine.
brother, check
and
this
you
out.
broke
Bro,
it.
check this out. Yeah, I
Yeah.
go. There's a war happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking. I say pro-Russia in Ukraine. What would happen to me?
War got
You
to
get
do with
executed.
What would happen to me?
You get executed.
But why?
arrested.
I'm just talking.
No, but you entered into a social contract with Ukraine.
Oh,
and
Thomas
then broke
Hobbes,
it.
social contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
broke that and committed
okay,
treason.
okay,
Isn't
so
that in every
social
other country?
contractarianism. Thank you very much. There you go. There you go.
Doesn't
There you
that
go.
mean you
Exactly.
for treason?
Exactly.
Just like
You know why?
every
You know why?
Does that have to be only in a state of war?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
He's embarrassed and he knows it doesn't belong in the 21st century.
So now, okay.
It doesn't just have to be in a state of war, brother.
Come. You know what? Okay.
It doesn't have to be in a state of war.
Thank you. Now, let me ask you guys a question, yeah? You know what? Let me ask you guys a question. Let me tell you what, yeah? Guys, let me tell you something. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop the bar. Not even war. Now, imagine me, yeah? I used to live in a town called Grimsby. Have you guys been to Grimsby? Yeah. I lived there for about 7 years of my life. Let me tell you guys something, yeah? It was, let me tell you something, yeah? If I go there, if I go to a far right town and I said F Churchill, if I went and said, listen, I live there. It's one of the most racist towns I've lived in my life. Guys, if I went and I said F Churchill, do you think the far right?
kill people
1 second. Yes, they'll kick my head in. Okay. So as you can see, guys, anybody, if I go to a black community and I use the N-word, yeah. If I use, what movie was that? When he went to the black community and he used the Die Hard. Is it Die Hard? Die Hard. Do you remember? So in Die Hard, do you guys remember that movie when he goes to the black community and he has the N-word? What do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think is going to happen to you? Do you think the black community is going to be like, we defend your right to freedom of speech? And that's the reason why they bark like dogs.
No,
That's the why they bark like dogs. Because they know, and you know what? You know what? In the Quran, chapter 49, verse 9, you know what Allah says? Two Muslim groups fighting each other, reconcile between them. And if one doesn't, fight the other one. So one second. So that's what Allah's saying, is fight the other party. So I thought it was just exclusive to apostates. Why is Allah telling you to fight the other party? Because they're causing corruption in the land. And that is as simple as that. So guys, if you read the Quran...
What was your point about bounty hunters? So if they left that country,
Yes.
even though they broke the social contract, unlike these European countries that will trace you down,
drone you,
catch you,
drone you,
and kill you for treason.
Drone you, no, cookies.
In Islam, if you leave the country that you've broken the social contract,
See you later.
what do they do?
Bye-bye.
They leave you.
See you later.
Do they hunt you down?
No.
They don't.
No.
So
And that's Ibn al-Qayyim's view that he uses with the massive treaty of Hudaybiyah.
Tell me
So
one.
Thank you very much.
But wait.